So here's another example of what goes wrong when you're defending, right? So this is an example of not understanding zones, not understanding when you pass people on, not understanding what you should be doing at any stage defensively. And sorry, yellers, but this is highlighting you again. I'm using it really from this angle because it's really good to see defensively what's going on from where the camera is. If it was the other end, obviously I'd be using us to highlight it. So it's not picking on yellers. It's just good visually so you can see it. And there's so many things that are wrong in this. We'll go through them one by one and show you what's going on. So let's have a look at this shape wise. Goalkeeper for rest of the world that's Chris Alwood, had the ball a second ago. Myself and JC have given him wide options defensively to play out, right? He's gone to JC on the right, or we'll stick to left because it's the way yellows are looking at it, right? And if you look at the shape of everyone else, pretty good defensively, right? Not bad. Eddie's looking after Jensen. He's in a good position. He's pretty well placed. Could be a little bit further inside, not worry about him being too wide. Vic's doing what Vic does. He's tight. He's marking Adria. He knows Adria's a problem in that central zone. That's brilliant. So he's looking after him there. And Eric's, close enough to me to stop me playing if I get the ball and come forward, right? So nothing wrong there. JC gets the ball and Alex is straight to him, right? So there's pressure. That's good, That's a pretty good defensive situation. If that was me, I'd be really happy with that. But then you get a problem. So the ball goes into, it goes straight into Jensen's feet. Jensen probably, in all honesty, doesn't want that ball, right? It's not the best ball. But what he probably should do is a little dink straight to Adria. Adria's giving him an option. But what he does is quite interesting. He rolls Eddie. Eddie's not expecting it and doesn't really get a challenge in, but he's adept enough and smart enough to get back at him. Look at that, you see? If you just focus on Eddie's straight back at him, snapping away. That's good. That's good defensive work, right? He's not in a bad position. Gets a little bit sucked in, but he's starting to get back at him. So there's not an issue there, right? Really. Watch Vic. Vic, again, probably feels like I'm picking on you, mate. I'm not. I love you. You're amazing on a team. You work so hard. But if there's one bugbear that I would go with, it's that you try and win the ball too often. It might sound really weird to say don't try and win a ball, but in all honesty, a lot of the time is if you just keep a shape, if you just are organised and you mark people and you make it hard to play, people can't score goals against you. It makes it incredibly hard to score goals. So watch what Vic does. Right, he's with Adria all the way, fantastic. He's goal side of him until now. Goes to win the ball. Right? Now he does win the ball. You might be sitting there going, what are you talking about, Jill? He's won the ball, everything's cool. Well, it's not, right? Because what have you done? Straight away you've lost a man. Two people have gone to the same player and you've lost a man. So if that ball ricochets or it goes straight to Adria, Adria's in on goal and he scores. Right? He's not going to miss that. So that's one problem. The other problem is if you roll it on from there, is the handover, because Victor's got involved. So Victor's pretty much taken over that position there. He gets robbed, right? Jenny's not having any of that. He's like, no, that's my ball, get off. Gives him a damn good kick in doing so. That's nice. But he wins the ball back. It's a good little tussle. It's hard to play against Jensen. But Eddie's ball watching, right? So in that moment, what he should be doing straight away is realising Vic's taking his man. Who's your man? It's Adria. Go straight and sit on Adria. Takes him a while to realise that. And in actual fact, the ball goes all the way back to me. Which is a safe ball. It's fine. It's what I'm sitting there for, just for that out ball if you need it. But let's go back a little bit further, because this is where it gets really interesting. So ball goes from JC. You've got two options there. In all honesty, the right option is probably a little dink into Adria and little 1-2 try and play off him, right? Watch JC. Makes a run into acres of space and you've got two players top side. One of them made a press, that's Alex. Didn't win the ball back, because that's what Alex wants to do. He wants to win a ball back. High up the pitch, turn over, score a goal. The minute it comes goal side, most of the time, disinterested in tracking, right? And you can only have one player on your team doing that. There's nothing wrong with having a striker playing as a striker, harassing people up top. It's what Carlos does very well when he plays as a striker. He harasses people. He sits up there. He doesn't often come back from that position. He makes it difficult for people. It's good, right? Look at that. Both Eric and Alex have totally ignored the fact that JC has run goal side of them. No response whatsoever. None. They're both looking for a ball back so they can try and score a goal. So if there's a better ball there, if that ball gets into Adria's feet, JC's made a run that he's probably going to get the ball and he's in and scores a goal. Either way, Jensen wins that ball back, and what he probably should do there is, instead of playing that ball all the way back to me, he should just dink a little ball into JC's feet. I think JC's even calling for it. And if he does that, both him and Adria are cleaning on goal. Shot on goal, probably score a goal. Right? No disrespect to Carlos, not the best goalkeeper, right? So that's probably going to go at the back of the net. So there's so many mistakes there. One is you're both getting sucked to the same player, because you essentially just you're chasing the ball. All you're doing is looking at the ball. You're not looking at what's happening actually on the pitch, right? The other one is you lose your man there, and your two forward players, neither of them have tracked. Got to talk better than that. Let's roll it on, because it almost gets worse, right? If you go back to me, Alex again does what Alex does. He goes for that early press. Nothing wrong with that. He's taking responsibility. Really, if you look at that shape there, it's probably Eric's role to go and press me, but Alex has gone and done it. That's great. So Eric now just needs to watch JC. Again, JC, look at JC. He's making so many options for the person on the ball. He goes back into that top side position. Go in, give me the ball. I beat the press, right? And now you've got a problem. If you look at that position, right, if I pause it, yeah, let's pause it there. As the man on the ball, I don't do a good job of this, but as the man on the ball, I have three options. I've got a simple ball into Adria, because Eddie's not tight enough to him, right? So Adria can take a touch and do something with that ball. I've got an out ball to JC, who's completely unmarked. He's got no one near him. He's going to get that ball out of his feet, get forward, probably take a shot, or feed someone else to take a shot. Jensen probably, right? Or if Jenny's alive to it, he's not, because he's just played a ball back to me, so now he's just kind of watching what unfolds. But if Jenny's alive to it, where Carlos's hand is pointing, that little, number 10 spot, that's where Jensen should be looking to go into. He should be looking to drift in there, because if you look at what's happening, if I can show you on this screen, let's pause that roughly there. No, it won't let me do it. There's a diagonal. You see that diagonal where Carlos's left hand is in between Eric and Eddie? There's a lovely diagonal through ball there. And if Jensen sees that and runs into that number 10 spot, again, goal scoring chance. So 3 passes there. I make a mistake of it, but defensively, watch what happens. Eric gets sucked. In he comes, right? Eddie's continuing to come across to Adria. That's good. Doesn't need to be that tight, but in that position, that's good. Right? Alex is watching. Eric's come across to win that ball. And you might think that's great. Again, we're trying to win a ball back. Wrong. Right? What he should be doing is he should be sitting nice and central, stopping that diagonal ball going to Jensen. Look, Jensen's actually become alive now. Should have been a little bit earlier. Should have been around here, but he's responded. He's looking for that diagonal. I can't play it now because Eric's blocked the ball. Right, so Vic should be tighter to Jensen, but Eric should not be getting sucked in there. Right, he should be staying roughly sort of around here, but a little bit deeper to stop that diagonal. But really what he should be doing, he should be trying to pay attention to JC. He should be a little bit further across the pitch and everyone sorted that angle out. I try and beat him. Yeah, he's a unit, is Eric, and it's hard to get past him, and I lose the ball. I make a poor choice, I lose the ball. What I should have done there is play the way I'm facing, so I play a ball to Adria, and Adria switches play to JC, and we're in. But I could easily play a ball there. I could easily play that reverse pass to JC, and we're in. Right? We've got two players overloading that position where Vic is, and Vic's going to get sucked to the ball. Ball will go to Jensen. Jensen's got a shot on goal. So you see so many mistakes in that passage of play. You just get lucky because we don't do the right thing with the ball. There, Jensen can play a simple ball, turn and go again, and he plays a safe ball to me. And when I beat that first press, I don't do anything with that ball. I try and beat another man, which I shouldn't be doing. There you go. Zones.